Hello friends, in this video we are going to configure FTP server on CentOS 7. First of all, for anonymous users, then we will make it user based. Let's start. So the server that we have with us today is a RHEL 7. So now let's install the package. As you can see, it is just a single RPM file which has been installed successfully. Now let's go to the configuration directory. Now we will be backing up the actual configuration file that came up with the package, and we'll derive its active contents into the configuration file. So the default parameters that have been set up by the package itself are these. As you can see, the anonymous enable parameter has been enabled by default, and it is to allow anonymous users to log into the server and download files only. Now I'm adding the service to allow through the firewall, and we'll reload the firewall now. We also need to allow the service through the Selinux. So this is the command. Now by default, this configuration allows anonymous users to download files, but if we want to allow anonymous users to be able to upload as well, then we will to add some additional parameters in the configuration file. Let the command first run, and then I'll make the necessary changes. It's taking quite a while now. Okay, let's start the vsftpd daemon. So it is active now. I'm just creating a test file to check whether we are able to download files from the directory or not. Now we can verify this by even File Explorer or WinSCP or FileZilla, anything you want. So we are able to access and download the files from the FTP directory. Now we will make the configurations required to allow anonymous users to be able to upload, which is strongly not recommended actually. I am just showing it to show you how can this be done. And apart from this, we also need to allow this parameter in order to allow them to be able to create a directory into the FTP. So we should be good to go now. Now we can verify this. First of all, we need to create a directory that should be well writable into the FTP directory, that is var FTP. so that the anonymous users will be able to upload and download files from there. Otherwise, it will give errors. Now we can verify the working with the file explorer itself. As you can see, the directory has been created. I am just starting the vsftpd daemon, as we have made some configuration changes in the file. Now inside that directory, we should be able to upload and download files as well as create directories. So it is working fine. Now we'll be making the configuration to not allow anonymous logins and make it user based. For that we need to add 3 additional parameters. First of all, we need to change the anonymous enable to no, and then the below 3 parameters which are user list deny. Now the user list parameter works this way that if the user list parameter has been set to no, only the users listed in this file will be able to log in, and if it's set to yes, then the users listed in this file will not be able to log in. Now for this to work, we need to have the global user list parameter to be in active state, and this is the other file, that is FTP users, and the users in this file are strictly not allowed to log in via FTP. And as you can see that root has been listed in both the files. Here as you can see that the user list enable has been set to yes, so we can either use the user list deny yes or no options. No is the recommended one. In that way we can use the user list file to list the users who are supposed to be able to log into the servers, and we can block the unwanted users from the FTP users file. And we also should be routing the users so that they are not able to change directories while logging through the FTP protocol. So it is a security measure. Let me just add a user, as by default login through root on FTP is not recommended, though it is possible. For that we need to just disable it in the FTP users file. I'm just restarting the services again, and we need to add the user that we have just created in order to allow him to access to the server. We should be good to go now. So as you can see, I have been able to log into the servers. There is no currently there is no file on the directory, so let me create one, and we will also verify that we are unable to go to any other directory other than the one that has been the home directory of the added user. So as you can see, we can see the file over here, and if you try to change the directory, then it does show that the change has been made, but it doesn't work, it just stays over there. Now let's just try to block this user. For that purpose we need to comment this user in the user list file, and it should get blocked. Now we can verify this over the cmd again. if we just put the name over here, then it shows permission denied. It does not even prompt for password. And we can again enable it by uncommenting the username from the user list file, and then we can check through the cmd is it working or not. So as you can see that things are working as required. So thanks for watching.